had to tell myself that if I make decisions out of emotions, that it would make things worse. So being in your feelings and not being in position is it's needed to be said. A time in my life where I can allow you to understand what I am meaning by that, and I believe why God gave that to me, is because I remember after I had my daughter, and I found out everything, that me and my child's father were not together anymore, that he had made some decisions and it affected me. I was hurt, right? I was angry. I was sad. I was just floating on a wave back and forth with just emotions. And I had to tell myself that if I make decisions out of emotions, that it would make things worse. It would make what my daughter felt or was going to feel worse. It would have made my situation worse, because when you're operating out of your emotions and feelings, you don't really think. You're just going with whatever feels good to you. So if you're angry, right, you're going with the slashing of the tires or the breaking of something because that feels good to you. What doesn't feel good is when you have to sit there and dissect all of your emotions and feel them. Feel the anger, feel the rage, feel the sadness and cry, and non-stop crying. I'm not just talking about little tears here and there, but really feeling it. And the moment that I made a decision to not operate out of my emotions, but to operate in wisdom, it was as if my power and authority became stronger. It was if God was able to be like, okay, let me take your anger and let me turn it into power. Let me take your sadness and let me turn it into authority. Because if I operated in anger, if I operated in my sadness, I would have been making all the wrong moves. I wouldn't have been using wisdom. And I think in a lot of situations, we are operating out of our feelings. We are talking out of our feelings. Our opinions are from our feelings. Nothing's factual. It's just opinions and feelings. And nobody is getting substance. Nobody is healing. Nobody is moving forward. And nobody is knowing where it is that they need to be in position so that they can make whatever the situation is in front of them better. Get out your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings and get into position. Because it is when you are in your rightful position, you will know how to operate and what to do in the midst of the situation that's going on, even around the world, in our homes, in our communities. We will be able to use the authority and power and wisdom that God has given us when we're not in our feelings. But it's okay to have your feelings, but you can't do anything with them. You got to get out your feelings and into position.